I am your host, Misbah, and today we're joined by my good friends and colleagues, Callum and James from the engagement team, who will be helping us go through the beginner's guide to Wakelet. So lots of you wanted us to put this webinar together to explain what Wakelet is, how it works, and how you can use it to supercharge engagement in your classrooms and your learning communities. So we're going to go through some really, really cool stuff in the next hour. So stay glued to your seats and be sure to ask any questions that you have in the chat box, along with introducing yourself as well. It's always good to meet new people in these webinars and connect with other educators. So let's begin with the basics, okay? What is Wakelet? So Wakelet is a content curation platform, and it allows you to save any type of content from the web, organize it exactly how you want, and then curate it into amazing looking collections to share with your students, your learning communities, or just to keep for yourself. And when we talk about content, this can be anything. It can be images, it can be videos, it can be articles, podcasts, PDFs, any type of content that has a URL. You can put into a Wakelet collection. Now, Wakelet is completely free to use, and it's available on web, iPad, iOS, and Android, so we're multi-platform. And teachers have been using Wakelet in so many different ways. And in this webinar, we're going to show you how to use it and how to get the most out of it. So again, feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat box and ask some questions as we go along. We'll try our best to answer as many as possible. Right, so let's jump right in with a quick demo of Wakelet, which the amazing James is going to do for us. So take it away, James. Let's see how to use Wakelet.
Thank you, Misbah. Yeah, so as Misbah said, I will be doing a quick demo on how to use Wakelet, how it works, how you can use it, how you can navigate the site, and then also how you can create your first collection. So if you want to join in actually and sign up to create your own collection as well, you can do so. Just head to wakelet.com, go to sign up. You can sign up with your Google email address, your Microsoft, or just enter an email address and password, and you can follow along with what I'll be showing you. So without further ado, we'll start. So once you join Wakelet, or once you enter Wakelet, this is what you see. So first of all, you see your home area. Inside of here, you have your collections, which you can identify by the images and the titles. Inside of these squares are items. So as Misbah said, with Wakelet, the items you add are pieces of content from the web. So they can be YouTube videos, articles, tweets, Instagram posts, Google documents, basically anything with a link you can add to Wakelet. And as you can see with these collections, these can be private. So they can be private for your viewing only, so only you can see them. You can make them unlisted, which is still kind of private. It just allows you to then share it to that one person, so only they can view it and no one else can. Or you can make it public for the world to see. Within here as well, you can see on the left-hand side we have our tabs. So first of all, what you'll see is the collections, as you can see here. We have 3 tabs. So the first one is collections. The second is bookmarks. So everything you add to Wakelet appears here. So fundamentally, Wakelet is a bookmarking site. You can save anything, like I said before, articles, videos, tweets, Instagram posts. If it has a link, you can save it to Wakelet. And in your bookmarks, like I said, anything you add to a collection or to your bookmarks are in this area. Really easy to navigate around. You can add a new link here. Once you add a bookmark, you can hover over them. You can go ahead and view them. So go straight to this PDF here. You can select them, select multiple of them, and then add them to a collection. You can add just the singular straight to a collection. You can then share the bookmark online. So if it's just the one PDF you want to share, you can share that bookmark straight away. You can also edit the item and delete it at any time. Within the bookmarks area as well, you also have different layouts. So currently we're in like the media view, which shows everything in its native format, like YouTube and tweets and so on. We have a list view, and then also a grid view as well, so you can show more than one page. But within your bookmarks, it's really, really easy to filter down. You can see I have quite a few. I have 4,100 here, but it's really, really easy to navigate through these. So we have the search option and filters as well. With filters, if I select this, I can choose my bookmarks, all of them, or the ones that are not in a collection. So I select this. You can see within here, it's gone straight down the results to 250. I can then search through content type as well. So say if I'm looking for a link, I can do just that. And I can also do with time added as well. So all time, past 24 hours, or a custom time range if I wish. And as I mentioned, also with the search function, you can also search for a keyword or a hashtag if you wish. So for me, I'm just going to type in Wakelet, and you can see it pulls up 16 results, of which I can then add them to a collection. like so.
And James, just very quickly to jump in, Susan Watson is asking, what is a bookmark? So would you like to just explain that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So a bookmark is basically anything with a URL that you add to Wakelet. Like I mentioned, that can be an article, video, tweet, anything with a URL or link you add to Wakelet is a bookmark. If you add it to a collection, that in itself is just a singular item, singular piece of content, and they all sit in your bookmarks. So you have 4,000 different pieces of bookmarks in my case. And then just for the third tab, we have group collections. So with Wakelet, you can actually collaborate on collections. So if I make a collection on education resources, as an example, I can invite my teammates, my colleagues, my PLN to all collaborate on that one collection. Callum will go over that a bit more later on, but just know that in the group collections area, these are the collections that I do not own, but I have collaborated or contributed to them in one way or another. So this is like an easy access point to access and collaborate. Also in the home area, you can see on the left-hand side here, you have your followers and following. So only you can see your followers and following. So it's not like other social media platforms, just for your eyes only. And if you follow your friends, your PLN colleagues, you'll be notified when they create new collections. So that's the home area, really. So there's kind of two main areas of the site. There's the home area, which is for your viewing only. So only you can see this sort of layout. Only you see your bookmarks, your group collections, your followers, and of course your private collections. But the second part of Wakelet you need to know about is the profile. So you click on your picture in the top left here or in the top right. That will go through to your public profile page. Very different to your home area, as this is everything. This has everything that is public for other people to view. So very much as like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you have your sort of profile. So you have your header image that you add, your own profile picture, your own name. You pick a username, very much like Twitter and Instagram. You can also add a bio about yourself, let people know who you are, and also link to your other social media links like Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on. And then below are the collections that I've made public. So you see before with the collections, you can make them, keep them private, by default. You can change them to unlisted or public. If you make them public, they will appear in your public profile area here. So just scrolling down, you can see all the collections I've made public. So I've got education resources, I've got some on travel, sports and music. And as you can see, these are kind of separated into sections. This works very, very much like a website would. So for example, this on the left-hand side works very much like a website navigation bar. So if you come to my page and you are only interested in travel, you can just select travel here, and that'll just show those travel collections. These are really easy to make, and it's really easy to edit your credentials in your profile as well. Just head to edit profile here. Here you can choose your own header image, add your own profile picture, edit your name, add your own username. So you could make this the same as your Twitter account or your Instagram account, and then also add your bio and social links. And then back to the sections down here in the bottom left. Very, very easy to do. Just click add new section, create your own title, and then simply drag and drop to reorder, or you can actually just click and select to drop it into a section. Very, very simple to do, and it just brings that extra level of organization to your profile. So they're the two main areas of the site. We've got the home area, which is your private viewing only, and then the profile area for other people to see. Now I'll just go to the main bit, which is how to create a collection. So again, if you have signed up just now, feel free to just follow through into create a new collection. So this is what a collection looks like at the beginning. It's quite grey, it's quite dull at the minute, but within seconds, you can literally make it your own. So for me, I'll just do an example. We're just going to add a title straight away to our collection. So first of all, we'll go with, say we're doing some research on climate change. So we can just add a title into here. We can add a description if you wish, let people know what the collection is about just a bit more. And then, like I said, you can customize it within seconds. So we can go ahead and add a cover image and a background image. If you select cover image here, you can either upload from your own desktop or you can choose from the library. So let's go ahead and click library. Here we've teamed up with Unsplash, which, if you're not aware, are a website that provides you with royalty-free images that are totally free to use, and they have a full library of content. So I just type in climate. You can see all of the images and pictures that show up. And again, these are royalty-free to pick. Reason we teamed up with Unsplash, as a quick one, is we are big believers in visual learning. We believe that people and students learn better when things are visual. So with adding these in, you can see straight away, Wakelet's such a visual product, and we try and make everything as visual as possible. So once you've kind of made it your own, you've added in your own pictures, your cover image, your background image, added your title and description, you can then start adding your content. And it's very, very simple to do. All you need to do is click the green plus here at the bottom, open that up, and you can see everything that you can add to Wakelet. So first of all, we'll go through these bit by bit. First of all is paste in any web address from the internet. Literally, if you can copy and paste, you can use Wakelet. So this says paste any web address. It literally means what it says. You can grab that article, that YouTube video, the URL from the tweet, an Instagram post, Google Docs, anything with a link, you can just copy and paste into Wakelet. So as an example, I've got a few here. So with an article, just go ahead and click copy. Head back to Wakelet into the little bar here, click paste. And what Wakelet does is Wakelet scrapes the site and pulls through the image, title, and description and displays it in this nice card like so. That's the same for a YouTube video. So I go ahead and click copy. Head back, click the plus, and click paste. You can see this YouTube video will be embedded into Wakelet like so, pulling through that thumbnail, that title, and that description. And then finally, let's go for a tweet. Just go to Twitter and hit copy tweet, copy link to the tweet, back to Wakelet, and again, very simple as copy and pasting, and I'll just embed that tweet like so. So that's just copy and pasting content. Like I said, that's anything with a link or URL, just simply add to Wakelet. If I click the plus again, you can also see the whole other bunch of stuff you can add to Wakelet as well. So next on the list is adding text. So if you select this, you can literally type or copy and paste text into here and do as much as you want. So I'll go and steal some text from over here. Literally copy and paste into this toolbox here. And the reason for adding text, we believe content creation is great, but we also are big believers in storytelling as well. And with the power of text in between content, it really does allow you to link between those pieces of content and kind of tell a story and add context to that content you're adding. So within here, add your own context with the text feature. You can also use the customization features. So if I just add a title in here, we can bold this, we can italic, we can underline, we can add a heading. We can also add bullet points if you wish, and also hyperlink as well, like so. I'll go ahead and say this text. Click the plus again. The next two features actually are our integrations with YouTube and Twitter. And these make it so much easier to add the content from YouTube and Twitter from within inside of Wakelet. So you see me copy and paste a YouTube video and copy and paste a tweet. But with this, you'll see how easy it is to do. So YouTube, if I select YouTube here, this just allows me to search YouTube inside of the collection without even leaving. So here I can search and type in, say, climate change for my research. Say here there's a video that we watched before. We can select that and click add and add that directly into our collection here. Very, very similar with tweets. If I select tweets, I can search for any keyword or hashtag within the last 2 weeks. So again, if I just go for hashtag climate change, we can pull through all the latest tweets with that hashtag or keyword. As an example, this could be a Twitter chat or a conference with a hashtag, and you can just pull through all of the tweets from the day. So with here, you can see there's 50 tweets. I can select them all if I wish. I can also scroll down and load more. So I'm scrolling, and now there's 100 tweets. I can select all 100. I can then even go back and select and deselect the ones that I want and I don't want. So I can deselect any ones I wish. I can then also add in reverse order to keep it chronological. And as I mentioned, you can also search for a keyword and then also for a user as well. So if that's your own handle or a celebrity or anyone you wish, type in their handle, you can pull through the tweets into your collection. Going back to the plus, within here, you can see the next one along is bookmarks. So the bookmarks area I showed you in home all sits under this one button. So everything that you ever add to Wakelet, whether that's in a collection or in the bookmarks, you can just select bookmarks here. And you can see all of my bookmarks I've added to Wakelet. I can, again, click filter. I can search. So I can type in Wakelet. I can do content type and anytime I've added to Wakelet as well, like so. Again, with the plus, we can then add images and PDFs from our desktop. So images, again, from Unsplash if you wish, or you can upload your own. So this could be infographics or images that you've taken. So I'll go ahead and add an infographic. The PDFs, again, offline documents, just go ahead and upload that PDF like so. And then also, as well as offline documents like PDFs, you can also upload from online places like Google Drive as well. So this is our Google Drive integration. Just hit Google Drive like so. I'll open up your drive. You can then search for any file type, so folders, documents, whatever you wish, and add them straight to Wakelet as well. And then also, as you see, this is actually a sneak preview at the minute. So this is our new integration that will most likely be out next week. So this is a sneak preview for everyone in the webinar now. This soon will allow you to record videos with Flipgrid with their Shorts camera inside of Wakelet. So you'll be able to click that button, record your face, record your story, your video, and then input that straight into your collection, which is a big one. But I'm sure Miss will talk about that later on. So that's everything you can add to Wakelet, really. So anything with a link, with a URL, just paste it in or add it in. And then as well as your offline documents and PDFs, images, and text as well. With the content, though, it doesn't just stop there. You can add the content, of course, but then you can also customize it as well. So say, for example, with this PDF, when you hover over each of the bookmarks you've added to Wakelet, you can see the little delete button, so you can delete the content anytime, but also the edit button as well. So if I select edit, this actually allows me to, again, just like the text does, allow me to add context and text to this link or this piece of content. So say, for example, with this, I can change this PDF to, I don't know, so we could go with cool PDF. I could then add my own image, so I can either upload or choose from library. So again, I could add a relevant image. It just pulls through the PDF logo, but I can add this image in. And also I can add a description as well. So I can add more context to let people know before they click on the PDF what's actually inside as well. With images, we can use exactly the same. We can edit and add our own caption or credit. And that goes exactly the same for YouTube videos and articles as well. So say for a YouTube video, for example, this could be for our class. So for here, I could say, watch this before tomorrow. This could be for our class to watch for tomorrow's lesson. We could then even in the description, again, add more context and ask some questions as well. So we could ask some questions in here. Question 1, add some text in there and click save. And again, it just allows you to add context to the content that you're adding in. You can also change the order of it all as well. So you can reorder. If you hover over the item again, you can see you can move straight to the top, straight to the bottom, and then also up, down, and one down as well. Also, you can drag and drop, so like so. Sometimes, though, if the content is too big, for example, like the image, we do have an easy reorder mode, which shrinks all of your images, all your content down, and allows you to drag and drop really, really easily, like so. And then also with the customization, we are currently in media view, so it's default on media view, but you can change this. We have 3 different layouts. Media view, which we're in, basically just shows all the content in its native format. So YouTube video looks like a YouTube video should. It plays in line. The image, it's not cropped or shrunk down. The tweet looks like a tweet would on Twitter, and so on. However, you can change this. So you can change to our second view, which is compact view, which is kind of like a little resource, like list view. Shrinks all the piece of content down except for the text. And then we also have grid view as well, which shows you more content on one page, like so. So I'll just go back to media view is my personal favorite. It just allows you to, again, make more of a story, add text in between the embedded content, but you can choose whichever one you want. And then also with the cover image as well, I've got it full at the minute to make it more visual. However, you can half this or hide it if you wish. If you want to just show the content straight away, you can do just that. And then we're ready to save the collection. So in the top right here, you can see just before you click save, you can actually enable copy. So I don't know if any of you use Google Docs or Google Slides. Very, very similar. If you turn this on, this basically allows you to, you and others to copy this collection. So you can make, say, a list of resources like this, send it to your PLN, your teachers. They could then copy that and build on top of it and have their own version of your collection. Really, really cool feature, one of my favorites. And then with saving the collection, every collection you create is default private, as you can see here, but we can change this to unlisted or public. So for now, I will change to unlisted, and I'll click save and exit, which will save my collection, so we can actually view it. So within here, hopefully you can see how fast and easy it is to create a collection. Once you have the content, it's very, very simple. If you can copy and paste, you can use Wakelet and basically add anything you want as well. But this is how it looks. As you can see, all the content is embedded, really nice and visual to view. And then at the top as well, you can see we have a little toolbar that allows you to do many things with the collection once it's made. So you can actually go ahead and edit the collection at any time, go back and do what you want. When copy is enabled, you just select copy. You can here change the title for your second version. So I can just put version 2 and click copy. That will now appear in my home area, so I can duplicate my own. I can hit share and share this to Facebook, Twitter, Google Classrooms, Remind, Microsoft Teams. Otherwise, I can just copy and paste the link and add that into an email or a text. And then also we have the QR code, which teachers love at the minute, which just allows you to add the QR code. And so say, for example, a teacher can put it on screen. The kids with the tablets or the iPads can then scan that, and that'll appear on their devices, which they love. And then also under the 3 dots here, a few little hidden secrets. We have our embed feature. So you can actually embed a Wakelet collection onto your blog, onto your LMS, onto your website. This is how it looks. We have 3 different views, again, 3 different layouts. You can customize it as much as you want, and then the embed code's just at the bottom. Hit copy and add that to your website. Every time you update Wakelet on Wakelet, the collection on Wakelet, that'll update on your website and LMS as well. You can also, a few little things, you can export it as a PDF, so you can have an offline version of this collection. All the content still links out. You can notify any users who you've added tweets from, and also you can see analytics for people who've copied your collection as well. And then the final kind of masterpiece of the collection is the collaboration aspect of it. But I'll let Callum go over that in just a few seconds. But yeah, so that's like the full demo of Wakelet, really. If anyone does have any questions, though, I will be in the chat box probably for the next 20, 30 minutes. So any questions about anything I've gone through, feel free to ask a question in there. I'll be monitoring that.
Thank you so much, James, for that incredible demonstration of Wakelet. There was obviously a lot for you guys to get through in that one sitting. But like James said, any questions that you have, we're a very responsive team. So just let us know either on Twitter or let us know on here, and we'll always be able to go over things and help you a little bit more. So we have something really exciting as well to show you today, and that's why Callum is here. Callum is going to be talking to you a little bit about collaboration on Wakelet. I really want to talk about it, but this is Callum's area, so I'm going to let Callum talk about it. Callum, tell us a little bit about collaboration and how teachers are using it in the classroom and how it works. It's a big feature on Wakelet, so I'm sure everyone would love to know.
Yeah, sure. So just before I go into that, I'll just talk a little bit about how collaboration became about on Wakelet. So as we grew in the education sector, one of the biggest features that was requested was the ability to collaborate on Wakelet, whether that's a teacher wanting to collaborate with their students or collaborate with their other colleagues. And we really quickly decided to bring that in. So I'll share my screen with you now, and I'll show you through it. So 1 second. Yeah, so as James was showing you before, on a collection, as you can see here, on the top, there is the ability to add contributors. So the way it works is you can invite people who already have Wakelet accounts. So on this first screen, after hitting contributors, you'll be able to see all of the people that you follow on Wakelet. So for example, if I wanted to invite Tejas to my collection, I could just click invite, and then he will receive an email invite into his inbox. If I wanted to invite somebody who didn't have an account yet, but I knew their email address, I could send them an invite to join Wakelet and join this account. But the really juicy part is the ability to invite someone via a shareable link. So with this functionality, teachers really wanted us to bring this in so they could share a collaborative link to this collection, and a student or colleague could just head to this link, join the collection, and add their own items in. So this works whether they have a Wakelet account or not. So like James showed you earlier on with the group collections area on your homepage, if you joined a collection and you had a Wakelet account, all those collections that you've joined or contributed to will then appear there. If you didn't have an account and maybe you wanted to invite students to collaborate with you, or teachers that you wanted to just introduce them to Wakelet in a light sort of way, you could just share a collaborative link. So just imagine this collection is, I'm the teacher, and I just want my students to join this collection and add their own items. So I'm just going to head into a incognito window. So I'm signed out of Wakelet, and just copy that link into my browser. As you can see, once it loads, there'll be a little modal for me to enter my name. So this is sort of joining the collection as a guest. So I can just type in my name here, click add. And I join the collection straight away. So as you can see, this is a collection that I made earlier. And if I scroll through, you'll be able to see items that have been added by James, items that's been added by Misbah. And then when I add my own items, they'll also appear with my name because I typed my name as I joined. So as you can see here, this one has been added by James, and this one has been, so Misbah's not added to this one, but James has added some items to this. So if I just hit the plus button, I can just add a link in straight away and click save. The way it works is that anybody who joins the collection can only edit and delete their own items. So there's no worries about maybe a student joining the collection and deleting or editing other students' work, or a student editing your work. You as the owner of the collection as well has full right over the collection. So maybe if a student or another colleague adds a link that you don't want in the collection, you can just easily delete that out as well. You can also share via QR code and code. So like James mentioned before, this is slightly different. This QR code would be to join the collection. The QR code that James showed you earlier was just to view it. But yeah, a student could just scan this QR code on their Chromebook or their phone and will go straight into the edit mode of the collection. Or you can just share the code. So the code works in a very similar way. But if I go to Wakelet when I'm logged out, there'll be an enter code button at the top. So I can just copy that code, type that in, and in a very similar way, and Moda will pop up for me to add my name, and I can join that collection straight away. So there's many different ways that educators have been using us. So there's things like collaboration around the world, so collaborating with classrooms all around the world, class research projects, entrance and exit tickets, anonymous feedback for the teacher. So maybe you just wanted some feedback from the students on what they enjoyed about the lesson, what they didn't enjoy. You could just share a collaborative link and they can type their own notes in. Obviously, when they could add their name, or they could maybe just add a nickname or just stay anonymously. And there's back channel chats, crowdsourcing resources from your PLN, and even using Wakelet conferences. So maybe if you're doing a session at a conference and you wanted some of the attendees to maybe submit some links to that collaborative collection, they can just join that collection and add links in straight away. But my favorite one, which I'm going to share you now, is work submission. So in this example, the teacher would set their students some work, or maybe Google Docs or slides or something like that. The students will carry out their work, and then the teacher will share the collaborative link to this collection. The students can just submit their work and actually customize how the link looks. So obviously, when you add it in here, it is very visual. The students have added their own profile, their own cover images on here, added their own title. And it's a really good way for the teacher to collate all of that work, and also for the students in the class to see each other's work. So it's a really nice way just to submit and share work through the class. So that's the main example I wanted to show you today. I think Misbah is going to take you through another awesome example from one of our ambassadors, Scott St. Dennis.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that, Cal. So Scott St. Dennis is a teacher who's been using Wakelet for quite some time now, and he had an incredible way of using the collaboration feature that Callum just showed you. So what he did was he took his class to a public library, and when they're at the library, as groups of, say, 2 or 3, he got the class to then choose a particular book that they wanted to take back and read and study. So they did this, they went back to the classroom, and as groups of 3, they would study this book, and they'd use a Wakelet collection, that collaboration collection, to add all of their thoughts and reflections, all of their ideas on the themes of the book. They would use content from the web to capture all of these amazing things that they thought, basically review the book. And then what he got them to do was actually print off physical bookmarks, design and print off physical bookmarks with the Wakelet QR code printed on the bookmarks, and then put those bookmarks back in the book and then take them back to the public library. So that meant that anybody who is taking the book out in the future could actually scan that QR code, and they'd be able to be taken straight to that Wakelet collection where they can find out exactly what these students thought about that particular book. So it's a really amazing, innovative way of using Wakelet, and a lot of teachers have many different ideas of using it. Callum, did you have any more use cases of how people were using collaboration?
Yes, so there's actually a really, really cool example that one of our ambassadors from Korea actually came up with, Sean Ford. So I'm sure many of you have heard about the Flat Stanley initiative, where it's all about collaborating and connecting people all around the world. There was a really awesome idea where he printed out a Flat Stanley with a QR code on the stomach, which was an invite link to the collection. And people all around the world took pictures of the Flat Stanley in Korea, Beijing, Spain, France, and anybody, all the students in his class could then view the Flat Stanley and see where he's been. So that was a really, really cool example. Another one is just the entrance and exit tickets. It's just a really, really quick way for students to give a little bit of feedback to the teacher. That's probably one of my favorite ways.
Sorry, I had to unmute my microphone there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Callum, for all of those amazing ideas. And like Callum said, collaboration is really one of the areas of Wakelet that we've seen a lot of innovation. There's a lot of different ideas that are coming through every single day of how teachers are using collaboration. And that's just the start. And once you start using it in your classrooms as well, we'd love to hear some of your feedback and some of your ideas on ways that we can improve it, and also on ways that you've been using it. So Callum just took you through some really cool collaboration examples now, but what I'm going to do is just show you a few Wakelet use cases. So ways which I think are really awesome that teachers have been using Wakelet. So I'm going to share my screen as well. So just bear with me whilst I do this. Desktop sharing. And then Cal or James, if one of you'd be able to let me know once that's shared.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to introduce you all to one of Wakelet's ambassadors and superstars, Brandy Reams. So Brandy is a kindergarten teacher at Wilson Preparatory Academy in North Carolina. And she's been using Wakelet over the past 2 years now to create amazing, engaging newsletters to then share with the parents that are of the students who are in her class. So she's found that parent engagement sometimes is just as important as student engagement. And a lot of the time, parents aren't quite sure what their kid is studying in school. They're not quite sure how to support their learning at home. And I know that as many of you teachers and parents as well, you've probably asked your children, hey, what did you learn at school today? And a lot of the time it's, a shrug, or they say, I don't know. Well, Brandy's changed all of that. She's created this incredible Wakelet profile. And in this section here, she has weekly newsletters. So at the end of every week, Brandy creates a Wakelet newsletter. And these newsletters look like this. Just wait for this to load one moment. So she takes everything that class has learned, everything that she's taught over the past week, and she creates a Wakelet collection. She also adds announcements, all the topics that have been taught in class, announcements, other important information. But then the really cool thing is that she actually supplements this with a whole bunch of content as well. So you can see here, she said that a lot of parents are confused where to go online to help support their children's learning at home during quiet time. So what Brandy does is she handpicks all of these amazing pieces of content which are safe, which are really good, and she curates them in a really nice, organized way for the parents to look at. So a parent can now leave their child on this Wakelet collection, and if they click play, that plays on YouTube. They can click auto play next video, and then the next video that Brandy has chosen to play, rather than the next video in YouTube's algorithm, that will play next. So it's a really good way for her to actually not only organize the content that she's teaching, but to also communicate with parents. And at this point, this is really cool. I'd just like to show you this as well. A lot of the parents of the children in Brandy's class, some of them, English isn't their first language. So what we wanted to do at Wakelet is make the platform as immersive and as accessible for everybody. So just recently, we actually integrated with Microsoft Immersive Reader. That's that little icon that you can see there. If I click this, that will open up Microsoft Immersive Reader, and that will provide me with loads of different options of how to experience this content. I can translate this into, let's say, Spanish, and it will give me the full translation there. I can click play, and that will play out loud. There's many different incredible things that I can do. I can, even for children who are struggling or who are learning basic things like grammar, noun, adjectives, and that type of thing. Microsoft have done an amazing job of creating this, and we're very lucky to have got this onto our platform, because it means that students and teachers and people in your learning community, all of them can enjoy the content regardless of their age, their ability, their location, what language they speak, and that type of thing. But if we go back to Brandy's profile here, it's not just weekly newsletters. She also uses Wakelet as a way to, I said, communicate with parents, but also communicate with colleagues. She creates these amazing hubs, collections of resources that have so many different pieces of content, lots of different mixed media in them, and they're all in one place. They're all organized very beautifully. And if you remember at the beginning, I think James showed you the way that this profile is put together. These here are called categories, and once you have enough content on your Wakelet page, you'll probably want to start organizing it a little better. So you can create categories of content. So let's say I want to just click on this one here. I want to see what events are happening. If I click that, it will just jump to the events, and then I can find all the events which are going on in the classroom or in the school. So it's a really good way for Brandy to communicate with her school community, with parents, and also other teachers. I will actually copy this and I will share it into the box so that everybody can see it, unless it's been done already. So you can go and take a look at that whenever you're free. The next profile which I'd like to show you is Paul West. So Paul is a technology integration coach. And the reason why I wanted to show you this profile is because, again, it shows how you can collect resources all in one place. So Paul, in his role as a technology coach, he probably helps teachers just like you to find the best resources, the best learning and teaching resources. And he's found Wakelet really, really great as a visual, easy to use, accessible way to do this. So he creates all of these amazing collections of resources that he can share with whoever he wants. He's organized them in a spectacular way. They're very visual. If I click on this one, for example, you'll find lots of different types of content on here. And the great thing about it is that he's chosen a grid layout here. All of these resources, if they weren't all together in one place, they'd be dotted around the web. So this kind of highlights another really cool way of using Wakelet, which is just for bookmarking your own content and organizing it in a way that makes sense, right? Because there's so many awesome resources that we're hit with every single day that quite often it's difficult to re-find them. We can lose them. Let's take Twitter, for example. You see how many awesome resources are shared in the educator community on Twitter. If you don't capture those as they happen, quite often you can never find them again. So Wakelet's a really good way of putting those things together in a way that makes sense for you and in a way that you can share as well. And on the student side, and again, there are so many different ways to use Wakelet. Okay, if we were doing a webinar on every single way to use Wakelet, we'd probably be here until next week. So we're keeping it short today. As you join the community and as you learn more, you'll find out some incredible ways. But these are just a few ones which I've decided to show you today. So the next one here, which is for students, is portfolios, digital portfolios. So what happens a lot in school is that the average sort of experience of a student being in school. I remember me, I went through school, I was on the basketball team, I did lots of drama, lots of plays, all that type of thing. But when I left school, I didn't really have much of that to show. We're very lucky nowadays because we live in a time where everything's sort of recorded, and generally, if I'm on the basketball team, there'll be footage of me playing basketball. If I play the piano, there'll be footage of me playing the piano. If I've won an award at school, that would have been live streamed to the school community. There's all this content online. So what Wakelet is doing is it's helping students take all of this awesome content and put it together into one place to showcase the best parts of their school experience. So from all the way up from, let's say, the age of 13 up until they graduate high school and even further on to higher education, they can create these awesome looking digital portfolios of everything that they've done in their school life, everything that they've learned. We've got some awesome student journalists who are using Wakelet for this as well. And again, all of your social bookmark, all of your social icons are here. That links to your social pages. And the greatest part is that all of those things that would have otherwise been across the web, they're now all organized. They're all put together in one place. So now if I'm Alice and I finished school and I've got all of this stuff that I've done that I've been curating, and let's say I want to apply to college or I want to apply to an internship or something like that, instead of sending over a traditional portfolio, a traditional CV, or a traditional resume, I literally just double click this, copy it, send it over, and when employers or when school deans take a look at it, they can find out everything that I've done all in one place right here, which is really, really awesome. Now, as I was talking just a little bit before about bookmarking, I would like Callum again, if you would be able to explain to our wonderful audience today a little bit about the browser extension that we have, and also a little bit about the app, because it makes life a lot easier. So if you want to take us away with that.
Sure. Yes. For anybody who's new to Wakelet, who's been using Wakelet for a while, I would say the Wakelet browser extension is probably the best feature of Wakelet, and it makes Wakelet so much easier. So as James showed you and Misbah showed you and I showed you earlier on, where you can copy and paste a link into Wakelet, the Wakelet browser extension basically takes that away. So the Wakelet browser extension is available on Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. And I've downloaded on my Chrome store here. So as you can see, I've got the Wakelet W in the top right-hand corner. And the way it works is, if I have this article or this YouTube video or this tweet that I want to save, I can just hit the Wakelet W there. A little modal will pop up, and I can save this item straight to a collection I've already made, straight to my bookmarks, or create a new collection with that item. It's also really good for saving tweets. So I know many people are scrolling through Twitter, they see some cool infographics, some cool ideas, some cool tweets. They can literally just click the Wakelet W, which appears once you've downloaded the Wakelet extension, and it works in a very similar way to the Wakelet W. So I can hit W, and I can add that straight in as well. So rather than just favoriting a tweet, which you may go back into your favorites and try and find it and view it again later, or just search it again later, you can just scroll through, click the Wakelet W, and save it. Another really, really cool way to use the Wakelet browser extension is saving via the right click. So on this example, I'll just show you an email that James sent me. And he sent me this YouTube video link in the email, and I just wanted to really, really quickly save it to Wakelet. All I have to do is hover over the link, right-click on it. Oops, I didn't right-click on it then. Just right-click on it, and then I can save to Wakelet straight away. So that's really, really quick and easy as well, rather than copying and pasting the link. The sort of sub way of using Wakelet is using the Wakelet new tabs. So this is this is an optional feature, but as you can see, I have all these tabs open on the top, and sometimes I don't want to close them because I don't want to lose them, or maybe I don't want to use them right now, but I just don't want to lose them. I can just really, really quickly curate them and save them to Wakelet. So as you can see, when I've opened my new tab, all of the tabs I have opened appear down the right-hand panel here. And I can really, really quickly just click Create Collection with Open Tabs. And all these items will be chucked straight into a collection, which I can then close all the open tabs and then can just use them again. For example, maybe if I had 10 tabs open for the lesson that I was teaching tomorrow, I could just use the new tab function, create them all into a collection, close all my tabs so I feel my mind's at rest and it's not as busy with all these tabs everywhere. And then I can open them again during the lesson. You can also use this feature to drag and drop. So maybe you didn't want to create all of your open tabs. Maybe you just wanted to create a few of them. You could just drag and drop the items into the relevant collections that you want to save them to. So if I dragged this item straight to the Hyperdocs collection, that'll go straight in there. And I can also use this as a shortcut as well. So maybe I just wanted to have, so every time I open a new tab, the Wakelet opens like this. Maybe if I had a collection, my go-to collection that I used every single day, I could just hit that collection and open it straight away, or go straight to my bookmarks. So as I said, this opens by default once you download the Wakelet extension, but maybe you didn't want this side of Wakelet. Maybe you just wanted to use the Wakelet W on the tweets or the right-click and save. You can easily disable that as well. So if you just right-click on the Wakelet W and head over to Options, you can just toggle that off. So for myself, I turn it off when I don't need it. Maybe I just want Google to be my home screen. Every time I go to a new tab, I just want Google. But in the odd occasion where I have maybe 10, 15 tabs open, I can really, really quickly just go back to the options, toggle that back on, and then create my open tabs, and then close it again and turn it off again. So that's just a couple of really easy ways that really makes using Wakelet so much easier and so much quicker.
Thank you so much, Callum, for that. Callum just mentioned making Wakelet quicker and easier for everyone to use. And we know that as educators, there's lots and lots of different platforms which you are all using in your classrooms right now. And we want to work with these platforms. So we've, over the past year or so, partnered with and created some amazing integrations just so that your workflow isn't interrupted as a teacher. Obviously, our community at Wakelet is really, really important. So we love to listen to our community. And, you know, when we find that our community are using other platforms as well, we like to look and see, are there ways that we can integrate to make people's lives easier? So we've done some incredible integrations over the past 18 months. So for those of you who use Remind, for example, Remind is a very popular tool. It's really awesome. It allows teachers to communicate with parents and their school community. We're fully integrated with Remind, which means that you can share to Remind directly from Wakelet. So you create a Wakelet newsletter, you want to get that out to the audience as quickly as possible, as easy as possible. You just click the button and that will share to Remind. Obviously, we're really, really cool friends, great friends with Flipgrid. We've partnered with them for a while now. And as I had the pleasure of announcing at ISTE just a few months back, we have an amazing integration that's coming out very, very, very soon. I think you may have got like a sneak peek when James had his computer open, but yeah, you have to keep that a little bit quiet for now. But yeah, we've got this incredible integration coming out. And what that's going to do is actually allow you to record video directly into a Wakelet collection. So up until now, we've not actually had video in Wakelet, except if it's on YouTube or Vimeo, that type of thing. What this is going to be able to do is you're going to be on Wakelet, and let's say, for example, you want to very, very quickly explain what type of content you're showing, add some context. You literally just click on that Flipgrid video button and a camera pops up within Wakelet. You record the video, hit save, and they have an amazing new camera right now. You hit save, and that goes straight into your Wakelet collection. So that's going to be amazing. We can't wait to see how teachers are using that. We've got a really good integration with Screencastify as well. Very useful tool for teachers. That's going to, well, that basically allows you to record a Screencastify video, put it right into a Wakelet collection. Google Classroom, I know that James briefly went onto it. Very, very simple integration, but again, very useful, saving teachers a lot of time. You can share a collection into your Google Classroom in just a couple of clicks from within a Wakelet collection. Google Drive, James, you've already been over that. And of course, Microsoft. So we're partnered with Microsoft Education, and literally over the past 5 months, I'd say, or less even, we've done some incredible integrations with them. Microsoft Teams, Sway, OneNote, and Immersive Reader. They've been really, really awesome for Wakelet. Teams, Sway, and OneNote, you can now embed Wakelet collections into those things. And we've got more coming as well. And those of you that use LMS platforms like Canvas and Schoology, well, if you know how to embed collections, which I'll actually show you what an embedded collection looks like in just a moment, you can embed a collection into these LMS platforms so that it just shows in those pages, which is also really awesome. Now, I'm so sorry, forgive me, but I can't remember the name of the person who asked whether or not they could see an example of an embedded Wakelet. So I'm going to very, very quickly do that. So let me hit desktop sharing again. And then James, just let me know if once that can be seen.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect. So Harvard Extension School, they're using Wakelet for a lot of social bookmarking, and they don't necessarily want to take people off the Harvard website, as a lot of teachers don't want to take people off their teaching website. The same for schools as well. So what they do is they create the content on Wakelet, and then they embed it into their website here. So this is the Harvard Extension School website. This is a Wakelet collection. Look how awesome that is. It's seamlessly embedded. And the really cool thing about this, it's very discreet. You can just see powered by Wakelet. The really cool thing about this is that whoever created this collection, if they update it on Wakelet, it updates on the website. They don't need to go through the website and code and that type of thing. So we actually have people who have embedded Wakelet collections onto websites, and they can update their website by just using the Wakelet app on the go. So it's a really cool way to do that. So that's just an example of an embedded collection. But one of the cool things that I really, really enjoy about Wakelet, and I know I'm very biased, but is that we love our community. Like, we really, really do love our community, and we listen as much as we can to our community. So all of those integrations that I showed you just then, like they're not our ideas, you know. We try and understand what is it that teachers are looking for from our platform. How can we make that workflow, those learning outcomes, much easier to achieve? We listen to those educators, and then we do what we can. Callum, you had something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, something that I forgot to mention a little earlier was we actually have Wakelet available on Android and iOS. So maybe if you wanted to create on the go, you can just download that on your phone. It's very easy to use. Within 2 clicks, you can save straight to Wakelet, and it syncs with the web as well. So you can just maybe create on the go, and then go to the web, and it's updated. So I just wanted to add that.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, so we're running a little bit late right now. So, okay, James, let us hear a little bit about the Wakelet community. James leads the Wakelet community. He looks after all of that area, including the ambassador group as well. The ambassador group and the community group has grown so much in the past few months. So I'd love James to just explain a little bit about how the community ambassador group works and how all of you can be a part of it. Yeah,
I know we're short of time, so I'll go through it quite quick. But just try and really echo what Misbah said, really. We are very, very close to our community. The integrations that Misbah mentioned and reeled off, like Google Drive, Google Classrooms, the integrations with Microsoft and OneNote and Immersive Reader, and Screencastify and tools like that, and Flipgrid, we wouldn't be able to do it on our own. Like, none of us here are educators. The people in the community are using the platform every single day, a lot more than we are. So we do rely and we do appreciate all the work that our community do for us. And just as a little explanation of what the actual Wakelet community is, if you do want to join the Wakelet community, you can actually join it after this webinar. Just head to community.wakelet.com and just hit the join the community. There's just a short little form and allows you to join the community as a whole. But what it actually is it really is like a top network of top users of Wakelet, enthusiasts, and people who really just want to be a part of the Wakelet team. Like I say, none of us are educators. We don't use the platform as much as you guys do. So you really are the extended part of the Wakelet team. And when you join, you get to play an active role in kind of where we're heading and kind of like shape the features we build. So as part of the community, you can fill out surveys and tell us what you kind of want as one voice. You're able to test new features out before they're released. So for example, the Flipgrid video, that'll be coming out soon. Everyone in the community will have first access to try that out and let us know how it is, give us feedback and suggestions. You get exclusive behind-the-scenes info of what's going on at Wakelet. So whether that's something that's happening in a few months' time, you'll be the first to know. And then you also get direct access to the team, whether that's myself, Misbah, Callum, Tejaz, or someone else from the team. And also, everyone loves swag. As part of the community, you also get some cool t-shirts, Wakelet t-shirts, which I'm wearing now, and then also some Wakelet stickers as well. That's level 1, and we do have a second level, which is becoming a Wakelet ambassador. I can see a few in the chat right now, so hello to them. But as a Wakelet ambassador, this is kind of the people who want to kind of spread the message and share the Wakelet wave and get everyone else riding it as well. So as part of that, once you join the community, you can apply to be an ambassador, and there you get extra online recognition, extra training from the team. So when a new feature comes out, you are well prepared and versed in delivering a session on that certain feature. And again, when you're an ambassador, you get exclusive swag to then hand out to people at your sessions as well. But yeah, please do, if you first time viewing Wakelet or you've used it before and you're not in the community, I do say it is worth joining. You get to join a great network of educators, but also of other people who are using Wakelet, so you can understand how other people are using it in their personal lives, professional lives as well. So yeah, go ahead and check out community.wakelet.com for that.
Thank you so much for that, James. Really appreciate it. And yeah, again, echoing what James said, the ambassador group, you really want to be a part of it. It's such a fun community. And like James said, we're not educators here. We learn everything from you guys. So the more that you communicate with us, the more feedback you give us, whether it's the good, the bad, and the ugly, just let us know, and we make sure that we try and create the best platform and the most useful platform for everybody. So we were going to answer some questions. It looks like we've done a pretty good job of answering the questions on the fly, though, as people have gone. If anybody has any questions in the next 2 or 3 minutes, just drop them in the box. Otherwise, up until now, I'll answer a couple of frequently asked questions, which I'm sure some of you are wondering. So is Wakelet free to use? Wakelet is completely free to use. As a platform, we're currently pre-revenue, and we want to make Wakelet as free and as open as possible for you. So there's no limit on how many collections you can create or anything like that. It's completely free. Number two, can my students use Wakelet? So as we showed before, currently you have to be over 13 to actually sign up and create a Wakelet account. But we got a lot of feedback from teachers that they wanted to use Wakelet with their students who are under the age of 13, which is why we created the collaboration feature, which Callum took you through then. So even if your students are under 13, they can still use Wakelet through the collaboration feature, because on that, they can well, not sign into Wakelet, but they can use Wakelet without giving any credentials away, without having to sign up or log in or provide an email address or any details like that. So your students under 13, they can use Wakelet with the collaboration feature. Your students over 13, they're more than free to use Wakelet. And the third question, which is how do I become a Wakelet ambassador? Well, James, you just did a fantastic job of answering that. So yeah, in case anybody else has any other questions, feel free to jump on my Twitter, on James's Twitter, on Callum's Twitter, or even just Wakelet. Like I said, we're very, very open. I'm sure plenty of our ambassadors, everybody who knows us knows, we're very free, very open. Anybody who has any questions can always contact, and we'll always be responsive and get in touch. James, you had something to add?
Yeah, just to add, make sure you check out the hashtag WakeletWave on Twitter. That was created by one of the ambassadors, actually, Jennifer Snarin. And literally on that hashtag is a whole bunch of great ideas. So anyone that is already on there, please chuck in your ideas. I know a lot of people are asking for examples again. But honestly, there's so much great chat going on, ideas sharing, and collection sharing as well. So yeah, check the hashtag WakeletWave.
And Callum?
Yeah, just to add on the back of what James just said, we have a monthly Wakelet Wave Twitter chat, which takes place on the second Thursday of every month, hosted by @Liberian on Twitter. Christina Holzweiss does an amazing job of hosting that every week, and we also have a guest moderator. Every month we also have a guest moderator every month as well. So be sure to follow us on Twitter and be sure to take part in the next Wakelet Wave, because there's some amazing ideas shared, and there's new ideas every single time we join it. So it's amazing to join that as well.
Would you be able to share the Wakelet Twitter chat hashtag in the chat as well, Cal, just so that everyone can see that? There are a few more questions. Yeah, so Emily, do you have a resource so that I can present this to my school? So we've got loads of different resources. If you get in touch with us, we'd be happy to share them to you. Or you can go to learn.wakelet.com. So learn.wakelet.com, that's our educator landing page. It's a really good place if you want to share Wakelet with other teachers as well, because it's our landing page, which is specifically for teachers. There you'll be able to find the Wakelet ebook in how many different languages now, James?
I think it's in 7. Is that right, Carl?
No, it's 8 as of today.
Wow.
So a big shout out. So I saw Anna attending the webinar today. So she did an amazing job in translating it to Russian today. So that's just gone live. So there's 8 different languages now.
So the ebook is available in 8 different languages. The ebook was written by educators in the community, so it's a really good way to understand a little bit more about how to use Wakelet and those ideas. And then obviously we have a YouTube channel as well, Emily, so you can check that out and see all the videos, short video clips and tips that we've got on there. Other than that, if you want to just send me an email, misbah@wakelet.com, I'll be able to send you some links. I'll share my email address in the chat box now. That goes for anybody who has any questions as well. Teresa says, how soon do you expect the built-in video curate tool to be out? Ooh, guys. It's coming very soon, Teresa. Don't worry. It's coming very, very soon. We announced it at ISTE. We've been working on it with the Flipgrid team. They're so amazing to work with, such super guys. And it's coming very, very soon. So just stick with us on Twitter and we'll be sure to announce when that's well, not announce, we've already announced it. We'll be sure to announce when it's ready to go and it's ready on the platform. Lydia says, is this webinar recorded? Yes, so we're beginning that quite a lot. This webinar is going to be fully recorded and it's going to be available on our YouTube channel. And what we do, or what I do, is at the end of the webinar, probably by tomorrow, is I collect all of the resources that we've discussed. I collect a transcript of the chat that we've had, and I put it all into, guess what? A Wakelet collection, because that's the best way to share all of that content in one place. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us all today. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. We really appreciate you being here and taking the time out of your day. Again, Reach out to any of us if you need any more help with anything. We're always happy to hear from you and answer your questions. And until next time, keep riding that Wakelet wave, and be sure to follow us on Twitter to make sure that you get notified as soon as this gets onto YouTube. So thank you all so much. It's been amazing joining you today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Thank you.